All right, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Day in the Life of a FrodoBot. My name is Mike Cho. I'm the co-founder of the startup that's leading this project. Um, so I think the idea for this series is just to drive in public and just live stream whatever I'm doing. So let me just drive a bit so you guys know that I'm controlling the bot. Yeah, so like this. And the idea is that we want to adopt this philosophy of building in public, driving in public, and I guess most likely failing in public as well. And it'll be quite embarrassing. I'm sure there'll be moments that is super horrible, like maybe the robots go down a drain or something like that. But I think on the whole, it's beneficial to the project to really showcase the kind of work that we're doing, and also I guess also make put some pressure on ourselves to make sure that we keep on improving on the projects, but at the same time really tap on the wisdom of the crowd, right? To really get pick the brains from the community to help us really tackle the multitude of problems that we will definitely face along the road as we build up this project, right? Pun intended, right? Along the road. So anyway. So let me just set this up. Right now, I'm actually sitting in a small office in WeWork and in Perth, Australia. The robot, what you're seeing here, is actually based in Singapore, right? Right now. So let me set things up a little bit. So on the left, you have the front camera. On the right is the back camera. The bottom left is some stats, as you can see: battery level, speed, the strength of the 4G signal. And then you have some map that shows, I guess, a GPS location of the bot. But what's actually the most interesting, I'd say, is the bottom right, which shows the distance logged and the actual tokens being earned. So the idea for this whole project is we call it a drive to earn game, if you will. So based on some algorithm that would determine, like, try to estimate the distance cover, and based on that, the protocol will basically give you some tokens for the work that you put in. So yeah, you know what? I will just stop talking here and just drive along and see whether I can get this thing started. Okay, so I have a controller here. So I am going to drive slowly first at the beginning. So I'm pressing the button here that is the left trigger button here. If I could keep holding on to it, is actually it will activate the slow speed. So obviously it's a bit easier to drive when it's slow. And so I guess I will just talk through it. Okay, cool. Let's go through here. There's a drain on the left, so gotta be careful. So for those of you curious, where exactly is this in Singapore? This is actually in one of the HDB block in Punggol in Singapore. Okay, let's go a bit faster now. Now, to be frank, I've driven here many times already, but still I can't quite figure out the how should I put it? Is this the way the architect built these couple of blocks? Is I feel like it's every time I drive here, it feels like Inception. It's like I'm in a dream of a dream of a dream, because all these blocks have basically the exact layout. And so even though I know my way, but I have no idea what exactly I am in terms of which block I'm at, and it can be quite confusing. And obviously the GPS right now only works when you have GPS signal, which means it's got to be like not underneath this huge residential block, right? So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I am mentally prepared to completely fail in public, hopefully without really crashing the robot though, because that would be very sad for the team and my team of engineers. So hopefully I don't spoil anything today. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'm supposed to keep talking. Let's see what else can I share. Oh yeah, so I think what you can see here, I mean the UX, well, it is a working prototype, is one way to put it. The design, definitely, as you can see, we have not done anything to the design, right? It's just kind of work. But yeah, as you can see, it does work, right? I mean, I am in Perth right now driving a robot that's like oceans apart in Singapore. And we've basically been doing a lot of tests, this kind of cross-border teleoperation. So one of our teammates is actually based in the Philippines, and he's been driving this robot, day in, day out, right? So, and we have tried different countries as well. And that's a really core assumption that we wanted to test out, or hypothesis, that in fact you can drive a robot virtually like this, even though you are very far away, right? Literally just over the internet. It sounds doable, right? Because we use Zoom, we use like video conferencing all the time these days, right? But I guess under the hood, I think we actually, a lot of things need to go right in order for this to really kind of work, to keep the latency down and all that. So so we've been doing a fair bit of tests. Okay, cool. So I think I know where I'm at. You can see that the map is kind of all over, right? The red line. That's because the GPS is not really doing its job, because we've basically been driving. Okay, I've got to be a bit careful now. Okay, so I'm about to cross the road. So you can see that this on the left, the front camera, right? So we're using a very wide lens. So therefore, hopefully by doing so, we can minimize the blind spots on both sides. But to be frank, there's still a bit of blind spots. So that's something we need to work on as well. Either put another camera and then do a merge, I don't know, between two front-facing camera, perhaps. So let's see, there are people coming behind me. Okay, maybe I'll go after his parents. And then there's this guy riding the bicycle. Okay, you know what? I will go forward now. Okay, he's probably like, oh my gosh, what's this guy doing? Okay. Oh, okay, I can see a car coming. Oh, okay, better cross the road fast, man. Okay. In the nick of time. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Alright, so managed to cross the road. Let me go down this path. So, I mean, I've obviously driven this route before, so therefore I know. And I think that's one of the main challenges of this project. Relying on, say, Google Map or let's say OpenStreetMap. Most of these mapping functions right now, they are not granular enough for you to do, especially this kind of like sidewalk driving, where it's just not granular enough. So actually, what it means is that I think there are two things. I think one implication is that at the beginning, right, phase of this project, I think the virtual drivers that we're driving, probably they need to kind of like keep driving in a given neighborhood, right, to develop some kind of like basically local knowledge of that neighborhood. But over time, I think what we really want to do, and where I think this project can really, in terms of potential, right, is, oh, okay, hold on. Looks like I dropped frames a little bit. Yeah, okay. Oh, let's see. I dropped a few more frames. I don't know whether you guys can see, but I did drop frames a little bit. Okay, I am moving now. Okay, so like I was saying, so you can imagine, we are basically collecting information about the robot. We know where it's going. We have the video footage and all that. I think one thing that we would love to do over time is, as we build out this network and get the community involved to have many virtual drivers and many FrodoBots running around in different cities and different neighborhoods, these bots will kind of serve as a like surveillance robot, if you will, right? Collecting really hyper-local, very granular sidewalk data, such that okay, I lost the front frame a little bit again. Today the 4G is not so good. I don't know whether it's 4G or is it just my Wi-Fi over here in WeWork. Yeah, and that's one of the challenge, right? Most of the time it works well, but in the few times that it doesn't work well, what do we do, right? So obviously over time, we do need to put in some safety features. Oh my gosh, okay, there you go. Okay, this is a perfect example, right? So what happened just now was the front cam froze for a bit, and then because of that I kept driving. So by the time it come back on again, I've kind of run into trees. So yeah, so this is a very good example. Over time, we should build in more like, you know, safety features to kind of like so that the robot have some obstacle avoidance capability that's kind of autonomous. Oh wow, this is the road. Okay, maybe I should turn back. I don't want to go to the road right now. Let me just turn back to the park. Okay. One good thing about this current version of the prototype is, unlike our early prototype, this basically nearly, as you can see, kind of a zero turning radius. Okay. Hi, people. Hello, human. Yeah, so it's actually, and it's really kind of small. Maybe it's hard to tell from the video right now. But the robot is really quite small. So the idea is that even in a crowded street, a good driver will be able to maneuver itself still pretty easily because of the very small, basically zero turning radius. So anyway, I think now finally the GPS is picking up something that it's probably more correct, let's say. Yep. Okay. See, I dropped the frame again. Okay. Okay, that's something I need to share with the team later on. It hasn't really been happening that often anymore these days. Oh wow, I dropped the frame again. That's so strange. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Sometimes when you think that you fixed the problem, it actually hasn't been fixed yet. So yeah, we need to work on some of these jitter issues. It's really happening quite often, eh? And I'm not even driving that fast yet. So so the time now is actually around noon time, like 12:30 in Singapore. So surprised there's not more people. Oh well, I guess maybe it's really hot right now, so maybe no people really in the park, in this park right now. Okay. Wow. Okay. I don't know whether you guys can see. Yeah, the front can keep dropping. Okay, you know what? Let me do some thing. So let me swap it to another place. Okay, let me try, because I have control of the back end. So maybe I can reset the. Let me see whether I can reset my front cam. Let's see whether it will help. Okay. Alright, I've just reset it. And let's see whether this works. Okay, let me share the tab again. Alright. Okay, cool. And maybe let me just refresh this. Okay. Okay. Usually it would take the GPS a while to wake up. Oh, but anyway, I didn't even notice. So I guess the motion sensor is picking up that I've driven, you know, a fair bit, and is giving me token as I drive. Okay, so let me try driving. Okay, it's a lot smoother now. Okay, hopefully this works. Maybe you just need a bit of refresh of the front cam. Yeah, so how this works is basically right now, how we are determining the distance driven is based on the raw data coming from the motion sensor on in the robot, right? So this kind of motion sensors, it's called a 9 degree of freedom, IMU. So it's basically a combination of 3 different kind of devices, namely the accelerometer, the gyroscope, and also the magnetometer. So using these 3 sensors, you can actually get a decent, I guess, guesstimate, right, of the actual distance covered. One important thing to note is that we are not right now. We are not considering GPS data, although very soon we'll be combining the GPS data as well on top of the motion sensing data. But I would still say that the primary source of oh my gosh, are these kids following me? Hi girls. Hello. Okay, don't bully me, okay? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, another thing actually we definitely will be having in the future prototype is we'll be putting in say a speaker and a microphone, so you can listening to the surrounding, you can talk to the surrounding. Hey girl, be careful. Okay. Oh, I got a crowd behind me now. So that way I can actually, as a driver, communicate with if there are humans around me, I can talk to them and say hi, hey, excuse me, could you like try not to block me? Thank you very much. But yeah, that's definitely doable. Definitely on the roadmap. I think in the next iteration of the prototype, I think in a couple of weeks we should be able to have that already. Oops. Okay, let me stop first. Okay, careful. Okay. I think they're really curious. What's going on? Okay. I think they're really curious. They're just following me around, man. Hey, they're stalking me. That's fine. Oh. Okay, just don't destroy me, okay? Because it's a very fragile robot. Robot has rights too, girls. Please respect FrodoBot's rights. Well, at least right of way. Okay, this adult on the other hand she couldn't care less. All right, okay, I think the girls are no longer interested, so maybe I'll just make one round and kind of head back. And you can see, I guess on the map, it's kind of working. It's tracking properly now. And I guess the distance logged. So far for this, I guess drive, I've already earned, I guess 18 token. So let's see how it goes. The token right now actually is not the official token. It's just it's on the main net. Also we're running on this L1 chain called Solana. For those of you who know, we love Solana because basically it's cheap to do transaction over there. That's it can handle high throughput. So it's been really fun to actually develop on Solana. But yeah, the real token, we're still trying to work out on the tokenomics, and we have some, I guess, concrete ideas now. So for those of you interested, do check out our website. We have 1 or 2 pages on tokenomics, so you can take a look at our current thinking right now. But right now, the way we're implementing this so-called beta token on the Solana mainnet is that I think every 50 meter we'll just give 1 token for now. Yeah. But for the real token, when we actually do the genesis and all that, and actually start the process, the token will be tied to a specific so-called minting schedule that would be, known publicly, and yeah, it will be based on some schedule. All right, here comes the girls again. Thankfully, they are pretty polite. Actually, they're just following me. I wonder how old are they? Anyway, they all look like giants to me right now. Yeah, this bot is kind of tiny. I think they're just curious. What's going on? Maybe they're just Oop. Okay. Hi, auntie. Oops. Okay, just let me go. Okay, cool. I'll just keep driving. So cute. Okay, let's see. So yeah, to be frank, I mean, when you're driving, I mean, most of your attention is really in the front camera. Yeah, the back camera, I only get to glance at it occasionally. Yeah. Now, actually, I don't know how it looks from your perspective, or for those of you watching this video, right? But it may look like it's very slow, right? But actually, when you actually start driving this, I mean, I'm literally sweating in my palms already. It's actually it gives you every time. I mean, I've driven this so many times now, right? But it still gives me a bit of that thrill. You know, it's really exciting and fun actually to drive, because you know, this is the real world, right? This is like Metaverse, but in the real world, and the real world is full of obstacles, so to speak, right? You know, sometimes it's relatively friendly human like those girls over there. Sometimes it could be just like really nasty guys who just want to you know, punks who want to do shitty things to the FrodoBot. So and it's not just malicious humans, right? It could be just like the urban landscape. Maybe some parts is actually quite hard to maneuver. So this part, I would say, is already a very, very easy drive. That's why I've decided to have my first episode basically driving on this. Yeah, kind of an empty park. It gets a lot more exciting once you actually drive in places where, let's say, where there are big roads that you need to cross, or driving in places where there are just a lot of people, right? So, and those are very exciting to drive. So in future episodes, we'll definitely do a lot of those, and I am sure things will screw up somehow, somewhere. Yeah, wait, should I turn here? I think so, perhaps. I think, yeah. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Okay. But yeah, that's the idea, right? We want to share in public what we're doing. And if we fail, we fail in public. And hopefully we really pick the brains of the community. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay, we have another drop frame, the front cam. I wonder if it's because this area has bad 4G connection. So now I'm actually holding on to the slow button, so you can see the speed only max out at around 0.77 km per hour. Really slow. Just in case we have a spotty 4G connection around here, because I was having some problem. Yeah, it could be 4G. Yeah, it's 83%. Yeah, the 4G signal is not so good over here. Okay, but it looks like I'm back to where I started a bit earlier. I think, can I? Oh wow, okay. Okay, wow, okay, cool. Alright, let's try to head back to where I started. Thankfully the weather is good, because right now this prototype is not waterproof or rainproof. It's probably not even like puddle proof, so like I say, it's quite a fragile thing still, so want to make sure we drive with plenty of caution. We don't want to spoil this prototype. Yeah, so I think maybe I would just share a little bit about some plans about what we want to do with the YouTube channel. Right now, I think two type of content that I intend to start making is I'll just do more episodes of this kind of like just drive, you know, where I'll be driving the thing and then I'll just talk through and drive to different locations, and as I drive I'll talk. So it's kind of like a day in the life of a FrodoBot kind of series. A second kind of show, oh my gosh, like I think the 4G signal is quite bad here. It's starting to drop frames. A second content idea that I have, ooh, okay, oh my gosh, okay, let me turn back a little bit, is that I want to do like a drive with Mike series, where I'll be inviting friends or, you know, people in the community who's excited about the project to actually come drive. So they will be the one driving. I would just, like, you know, ask them to share screen, and then think of it like a podcast where the guest is driving this bot, right? And then we'll just have a chit chat. You know, so hopefully I'm hoping to get I guess the type of guests I would love to bring on to the show, so-called, would be obviously people excited about this project. But for me personally, I would love to get people who are robotics expert. Oh, actually another thing you guys can see, right? The back cam has frozen. That's one thing that actually we need to fix. Right now, I don't have the ability to easily refresh it without refreshing the entire robot. So that's something we need to add on as a functionality. Only the front cam, I have an easy way to refresh it. Whoa. Could it be the 4G now is completely gone? Huh. That's no good. Okay, so there you go. Fail in public. Okay. So actually, it's a bit technical, but basically the front cam and the back cam actually are running on completely different tech stack. So partially the reason is because of the hardware constraint. Oh, I think the 4G signal here is pretty bad today somehow. Oops, sorry, uncle. Oops. Okay, how should I do it? Okay, let me see. Okay, let me just quickly cross the road first. Let me just focus on this. But like I said, the Drive with Mike idea is, I really am thinking of it as a podcast where we'll invite guests. Could be someone who's a robotics expert, could be a self-driving expert, could be someone who loves this kind of idea of applying tokenomics to something that's done in the physical world. By the way, we're a huge fan of the Helium network. Give us a lot of inspiration for this project. In fact, I would say for the team, this is like, none of us are crypto native, to be frank, when we first started on this. But when we found out about Helium, we were like just completely mind blown. And the more we read into it, the more convinced we became that the way to scale this network is make it decentralized, anchor it by a well-designed tokenomics such that work is being rewarded accordingly, so that and get people a sense of ownership, right? So you own the robot, you can also own a part of the network by earning the tokens as you actually do work. And you can see right now, I'm just driving around, so this might as well just be a very, very well simulated Mario Kart game, right? But I think the end goal is eventually we can actually do real last mile delivery, let's say food delivery, or say your 7-Eleven, your convenience store, your grocery, right? Kind of delivery. And when the robot and the network and a lot of these networking things get better, I think then we really get to actually deliver real value in real life, right? In the real world, physical world. So that is what we would like to build towards. So if you like this idea, if you think this is interesting, would love for you guys to get involved. Be it coming onto the Discord, contribute to the conversation, give us ideas. And if you're a builder, you're a developer, we are definitely looking for people who, know robotics, know self-driving, computer vision, good Solana developer as well, since we are building on Solana, on the blockchain side of things. Networking engineer, if you're a big expert in, say, something like WebRTC, we need builders to come and join the team too. And I think it would be super fun to build up a community of people who, I guess, just a bunch of nerds who somehow love this intersection between robotics and crypto and a bit of AI. Certainly, I think for me and the team, this is why we, I guess, all quit our job and do this. Okay, let me just nail this. narrow corridor. Okay, so I guess besides the back cam that's having issue. Okay, so this is actually, I'm back to where I started. Yeah, this is where I actually wanted to go. Okay, cool, perfect, I'm back. So yeah, so that's OneDrive. And in this OneDrive, I guess I've earned 31 FBT. Yeah, so this is I guess the first drive. This is hopefully first of many that I'll do. And again, we do this because we want to share what we're building and kind of like adopt this whole build in public idea. And the goal for this team is really to open source most, if not all, the work that we're doing. You know, all the research and R&D we're doing, be it the embedded software, be it the hardware design, be it, you know, even the I'll say the on the blockchain side of things as well. So all these actually we do want to open source, including the data that's being collected, right? So we think that the data set being collected could have tremendous value to the broader, I guess, AI or computer vision community out there, who actually really need data to be able to do like really cool research. So yeah, we want to build up such a public good and share it. Of course, privacy is a big concern as well, so we need to do it really carefully. But that's the general direction of what we're doing. We want to build in public and share what we do in public, be it on a GitHub repo, or, you know, be it like a drive like this on YouTube. So yeah, so anyway, if you're interested, join our Discord, follow us on Twitter, and yeah, we'll have a lot of exciting, hopefully, milestones coming up. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Okay, let me stop this.